I wanted to give you an update on what's going on with me holistically, with everything that's going on, because I kind of been missing in action. I haven't been posting as often. And I had a couple things that were going on for me. I'm keeping myself busy. So the first thing is the running that I'm doing. I don't know, everyone's algorithm's different, so I don't know what the message is that everyone else is getting. But for me, what I'm getting is things that relate to the state of life I'm in and keeping myself healthy holistically, so spiritually, physically, emotionally. And a part of that is keep into consideration that my body is my temple. That's where the Holy Spirit dwells. And so keeping my body healthy has been in the forefront of my mind, the most important thing. Not just for living and to stay youthful, but spiritually speaking, staying physically fit has kept me healthy, which blocked a lot of the physical attacks that have happened spiritually speaking. There have been people that were in my life that have been either they've been people I've just met, people that have been in my life all my life that have always practiced witchcraft or just came into the craft recently, who have been using the nighttime as a time to project evil against me. There's one night I was sleeping in this room and I found leaves, dry leaves on the bed around me. Not a lot, but enough to it made it seem as though I was rolling around in the grass, and I just came inside and went to bed. So I do believe in miracle. Sorry, I do believe in miracles, and therefore I do believe in magic. And with magic, the difference between miracles and magic is that magic is of the enemy and miracles are of God. Magic skews people's perception of what's real and reality. It usually is self-serving, and it's an agenda of either a group, a person, or of the enemy. The enemy uses people to do magic. So now you could be conscious of practicing magic, or you can be practicing witchcraft as a part of magic. So like if you're slandering people, if you're lying, if you're cheating, those are all considered to be a form of witchcraft, which is magic. If I could say that. I guess I could. Well, it's witchcraft anyway. So that's kind of why my focus has been on my physical well-being. Now, I was using the health and fitness challenge to kind of push me to get my abs in check, because I've never in my life had an issue with my abs, but I'm older now, so I'm going to have issues. And they're not issues, they're my issues. And because of my nursing experience and the time that I grew up, we know that having excess weight on our bodies tells you something about what's happening internally. It doesn't just show up outside, it also surrounds your organs and stuff. So um as much as I don't follow too much of what people say about being healthy and doing all this new stuff. I just believe that we are consistent. The God that we serve is the same today as he was yesterday. So the stuff I would do before, I still do them. My body has transitioned and changed, but I still run, I still do push-ups, I still do sit-ups. I do them differently, but I still do them because I don't think we need to if we're consistently feeling that we need to change, we're going to have to constantly buy into, and I mean literally buy into stuff that people are selling out there, whether it be ideas or equipment or whatever else. And I find I go to secondhand stores a lot. And I find a ton of things that people have given away because they become tired of it. It's become old news. No one's using it anymore. But our bodies haven't changed. Our bodies are still the same. So that when on my run today, I was thinking about this. You know, we keep changing what we're doing. Our lifestyles are different. Lately, there've been talk about, I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, Tai Chi walking or Tai Chi workouts, and um, Tai Chi walking or Tai Chi workouts, and what else? Tai Chi and, oh yeah, calisthenics, which I believe in calisthenics wholeheartedly because it combines working out with physical strength, and I love being able to knock out two things, at least two or three things at one time. So that's why I'm so focused on this. Now, in regards to fasting and praying, I've been praying. I'm trying not to be religious, because there's a time when we weren't religious as human beings. There's a time when we weren't religious. There's a time that we used to just incorporate God into our everyday lives. When we needed something, we got something, we thank him. When got up in the morning, we thank him. We come together as a family and we praise him, we worship. And not in a religious way, but now it's become very religious and corporate. And so I think a lot of people who could come to know the Lord in a genuine way don't, because it's rigid, and not everyone. Some people are lighthearted and funny, and I believe that God created all of us. And so if you're lighthearted and funny, the Lord has that kind of an element to him as well. Like, he has all that we represent, the Lord is. So if you're lighthearted and funny, the Lord is lighthearted and funny. So if you're going to a church which rigid and they're always pointing fingers and they're not, to me, it's so important for me to share a part of my journey, to show that I'm human, to show that I've made mistakes. That I didn't just walk into this world knowing God the way that I know him now. I was introduced to God when I was a child by my parents, but my relationship with God evolved and became more personal as I got older. So when you go into a church and everyone acts holier than thou, everyone acts like they were born in a suit. That is a turn off for a lot of people. And I'm speaking from personal experience, people that I've met, people that my daughters, my family members who have turned their cheek, I feel like, on God, because they want to, I don't think people believe that serving God could be pleasurable or joyful, because of the way the world has made God religious. And so I'm trying to be a living example through the best I can of how it is to know God and to know him in a realistic kind of way. So far that's my update. In relations to a fast, like I said, I haven't done a thorough fast, because of the competition I was in. I wanted to continue to run and be consistent, post my runs and stuff like that. And so I had just recently, just about last 2 days, I hadn't run. I was doing other physical things like shoveling snow and moving furniture. But today I ran and it felt like I didn't even stop. So I think there's something to be said about muscle memory, and that I don't really have to necessarily run every day. Although I love it. If it snows and I don't have to, and I don't run, it's fine. I feel like I ran yesterday, which is good because sometimes I don't feel like it. I'd rather just do some like physical workout stuff. Like calisthenics is amazing for me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Spiritual warfare. Should talk on that. Um, the spiritual warfare in my life, I'm sure hasn't gotten any worse. It's just changed in its presence in my life, the way that it's come. Um, I know that the players are the same. They just added more players. There's a lot more people involved. A lot more people know who I am, which is not my nature. Like, I remember when I was younger, I used to watch Michael Jackson. I used to watch like different people on TV. And my mind used to always wander. I'm a thinker. So I used to always think, I would hate to be someone who couldn't go to the store or actually on the street because people are watching. And now I feel like I'm in that position where I can't blink. I can't go anywhere without people recognizing who I might be. And it's not because of the channel. That happened before the channel. It's just become more prevalent now the Lord has brought me through, not me, the Lord has protected me through so many different attacks. I'm just so blessed that I'm sitting here. Like, this is so, and for those of you who are watching me know who I am and are part of the attacks against my physical well-being, the spiritual attacks, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because a lot of people have been assigned to my life to take it and have done it to other people. So I would hate to think not just like just serving the Lord alone wouldn't be protection, but I know for sure for me, I love the Lord in a very realistic, unreligious way, and he has protected me. So I do believe in angels. I do believe our Heavenly Father is with me. And I believe it's with all of us if you choose to accept him and believe in him. I believe the Holy Spirit dwells in me, and that's why I keep my vessel healthy as I can. The Lord has led me to eat a certain kind of way, and it has more to do with eating fresh fruits and vegetables. Right now, it's hard to do that because there's lots of things that are in the grocery stores are not even seasoned. I don't know how we're getting strawberries right now because it's not strawberry season here. So they must be coming from somewhere far away. Oh, you're so sweet. So I'm going to read. I'm humbled by that. I'm going to read it though. You are very articulate. You should share your personal relationship with God and how it impacted how you live now. It will help people. Yeah, I will. I will. I'm gonna get an app. I'm not too sure what app would be the best because I'm doing these lives and I'm sharing this stuff. The reason why I think I've become much more polished, and I'm not perfect by any means, is because when I used to do edited videos and then post them, this platform would play with the audio and the visual and it would come out choppy, or the words wouldn't match. Like I'd be talking now and the words wouldn't match my mouth, the movement of my mouth. And so as I said, I'm just gonna do lives, and I would like fumble over my words depending on what I was saying. Sometimes I would fumble over my words, sometimes because I would say things and think, oh, should I have said that? Like, so I have to really mentally check myself because I didn't want the platform to like do something. So sometimes you'll see videos I'm talking about a risque topic and I'll be like, oh, I'll say something and I'll pause and thinking, okay, what can I say? That's because these aren't edited. These are like I said, they're lies. But I appreciate that. And if one person saying that is enough, I will share more about my journey with God because God, I hate to think that God would think He created all this. He even created the enemy that created witchcraft, that uses witchcraft. The Lord created everything that we experience and we have. And the fact that people shun Him, thinking that He's not cool, He's not funny. God has got a sense of humor. He's a present help in time of need. He is a fighter. He is when He loves something or someone, like He loves children, the way that God will go for children. He loves children. He loves the innocent. He loves kind people. The way He's come through for me the past 3 days. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a little thing. I have a daughter that I drive to work, and I do believe that she's under attack consistently. So a lot of things that I see with her physically, I give her a blood because I know that the situation was different. She wouldn't be going through what she's going through. It's just she has to come to her awakening fully on her own. So anyway, we hang out a lot because I drive her to work and back. And I made a statement about the past 3 days, the times I haven't been running, I've come across people that have been so kind to me. Like I'm always kind to people, but I've come across people that just kind of reflected, mirrored me, and I was like, holy cow, where are these people coming from? The past 3 days, like I've met like people, not just a person of certain ethnicity, not black people, some Indian people, some like people overall. And I made this statement to my daughter that my faith in humanity has been renewed. And she kind of paused and she said, I could tell. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, like, I could tell, like, lately you've been making statements about things. And I was, like, kind of discouraged because when I first became a born again believer, I was such a softie. Like, people, I would always accept people face value, and got hurt a lot. And then, as the Lord revealed to me, it's okay to tell people no. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to pronounce that there's witchcraft, such a thing, and call it what it is. And since then, I don't want to say I was cold, but I became a little guarded. And I really cocooned myself into this space that my daughters created for me. They redecorated this room, and I have my plants in here and all my stuff. And even though people come in here and ransack the room, they steal things from this room. They take things and rearrange things. Like I have things in here they take in. I'm thinking like, I do my laundry on my own. Why is my stuff mixed with your stuff? I'm trying to be so separate and isolated from people that I don't trust. And some of these people are my family. But the Lord, I believe the Lord allows us to go through things for a reason, even with that. And as much as it hurt me, I accepted it. I accepted losses. Recently, my wallet went missing. I had to replace everything. But the reason why it was a good thing is because one, I love that wallet, which is a form of idolatry. So it's gone. I immediately blocked my cards. And the only thing that's concerning to me is my SIM card, because my SIM card was in that wallet. So I had to report that to the police. But through that all, like there's certain things that in the past I would have cried about, I would have been upset about, and now I'm not, because I just trust God to the point where even if I go through a loss, it doesn't bother me so much, because it does bother me, in a sense that like it hurts. But then I get over it thinking, okay, what does God have in store for me? Because the past 3 days, the people that I've met and the encounters I've had and the experiences I've had have been so positive, even through the loss of the wallet and having to replace things. Like going to the office to get the cards replaced, the people were so nice. I had no line to wait in. It did cost money that I didn't really have to spare. But that kind of kept me more in check. I think the Lord's really been keeping me in check in relation to how I spend buying on the road as opposed to cooking. I can cook, so why am I buying food on the road? And staying closer to him. So I think he knows me. He knows, like, I know sometimes we get, when life becomes great for us, we forget to pray. We forget to worship. We forget who allows us to get up in the morning, who gives us breath to breathe. And so he's kind of, I think he's really been kind of keeping me in check so that I have a practice of always acknowledging his presence in my life, thanking him for getting me up in the morning, thanking him for the run I went to today. The roads were pretty much clear, enough to run, thanking him for whatever is going on with my girls, that they're still healthy. None of them are pregnant, none of them are sick, none of them are in jail. And I've prayed about their salvation. So whatever choices they've made through duress or whatever they've been told, or the lies they've been told, that hopefully the Lord will make things right, because I've prayed about my girls a lot. They didn't ask to be here. Most people ideally would love to be in a situation where their parents are married and they all are the same parents and grew up in a home where they all cheer each other on to do positive things. That being said, I live in a family that way. My parents were together and we fight like cat and dog. So I don't I don't know what way we can avoid going through trials, but I don't think there is a way. I think we just go through trials and we just pray to God to get us through them. Everything's for a reason. So anyway, yes, okay, I will share my personal experiences in chunks. I don't want to make videos too long because I realize how long they are when I have to go back and watch to watch and see what I might have promised. Like I may have promised to put a link in something, so I have to watch the video, and sometimes it's like, what? It's 45 minutes long. So I'm watching it while I'm folding clothes or something. Anyways, I'm just giving you a quick update on what's going on with me. The 2 days I've been off, not running, I've been moving furniture and doing other things. So I've been physically active, but not running. Um, but I do love to run because, like I said, when I was a child, I could not run very well. I was like, not a joke, but like the coach would make us run like in the community, and I was like my the other players were like way up ahead because I didn't know how the body worked. I think if I pushed myself, I would have plateaued. I would have got over the hump and it wouldn't have burned so much. But my chest always burnt when I ran when I was a child. I really do believe it was asthma, but I was never diagnosed with it. So anyway, here I am checking in. Today's going to be, I don't even know. I've done my laundry. I have to respread the bed. And actually, like I said, I'm studying for something. One thing I will tell you before I go, I play basketball most of my academic career, and I used to run, we used to practice, we used to run a lot. And like I said, it was hard. But now that I've done this 40-day fast and my body's changed, I can run 3K plus 4K sometimes and no problem. The thing that's happening with me though, what I realized, I remember my mom when I was younger, she used to say, you're not, when we used to sit and read or whatever, she'd be like, get up and do something. And I'm thinking like, I'm doing something like studying or whatever. What I'm finding is that when I run, I can fast. I ran just now and I had like a couple fruit, like a couple lychee fruit, almost like they're called Logan fruit. Not a lot, I mean, I think maybe 2 or 3. And that was the energy, the energy source I had to run. Now, when I study, the study I've been studying for like maybe 5 to 6 hours at a time, which is probably too much in a one spell. But I've been studying for long periods of time, and I find when I'm studying, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry, and I guess I'm going to do some research on how the brain works, because the brain is a muscle, right? And I find that when I'm studying, I get so hungry. Like before in the summertime when I was just running, I could just live off fruit and I would never feel hungry. I could fast for a day. I could fast for 3 days, just living off of just maybe even just water, and I wouldn't feel hungry. Now I am studying and I'm hungry all the time. For those students out there, I must have forgotten what it's like to study. What? I'm hungry all the time. And I don't know I'm not gaining weight, so, and I'm eating healthy though, mind you. But I'm finding that studying, you're working your brain. I really do. I've come to the conclusion based on what I'm seeing around me that we don't study enough. Because if we studied, we'd all be thin. I'm I'm eating like a pig, and I'm running and studying, and I'm not trying to gain weight, but like my appetite is certainly has increased since I've been studying. I'm gonna have to do some research about that. Wow, amazed by it, how hungry I've been. Anyway, I missed you guys because like I said, I haven't posted. I'm going to do some concrete notes about the stories I'm going to share about my relationship with God and how it's evolved, because I want to make God real for you guys. I want you guys to know that he's so real. This religious stuff, I remember being in church with my siblings and sitting there so quiet. Like it's almost like we were in jail. Like we didn't get anything out of being in church. We kind of sat there while the grown-ups did their thing, and really church should not be that at all. And if they had children's service, it was like a free-for-all. The kids were not, like, a lot of times the kids were given candy in exchange for an offering. They have to give offering, and I just believe the way the system has been doing it. And I'm not saying every church, because I haven't been to every church, but so far what I've seen, it's not a reflection of how I know God to be. During my wilderness time, when I had nowhere to put my head, the Lord did some miraculous things, and I'm not going to tell you now because this is already almost half an hour. I will do notes on these things. These miracles were, it demonstrated a couple things. One, that God speaks, like whether you audibly, because can speak audibly, or he can um speak to you, like you just know the idea that you have in your mind is coming from him. He's directing you. I had so many things happen to me that got me through. It was like, I can't even remember, I think it was a period of 2 years that I was just like, had nowhere to be. Like I had no, like, my life was stripped, that my family had, and this was at the hands of my family. This how this came down to be. So all that I knew about people to trust and how to live and how to take care of myself, um was shattered. I had to have a new understanding of existence and how people are, and who to truly trust. Like in the US and Canada and other places too, we believe that family's family, that they, that's your rock, and they should always be for you. And elders should be respected, particularly your parents. But the way I'm living right now, the way I'm seeing things right now, is so not that way. Parents are not totally respected. The wisdom that people have based on not just knowledge of like reading, but also through life experience, is not respected. There's so many things that I used to believe that are not so much that way anymore. Anyway, I'm ranting. I'm not going to do that. All right, so I'm going to do some notes. So that you all, any age you are, you can know that God is relatable, and he's enjoyable, and he's fun, and he is cool. And the things that the church shuns upon and refuses to talk about, we should talk about it, because we're holistic. The things that we feel and the experiences that we have make us real, and like real and whole, and we should talk about it as a whole. And one thing I will say and remind you guys of is that the church is not a building, it's people. And you could have a house full of people and none of them know God. Okay, this is Sunday. I'm just gonna say. Anyway, guys, I love you, and I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a great family day for those of you who didn't chime in at that time, and a good Valentine's Day. Anyway, it's almost the end of the month, Black History Month, and so I try and post some things that resonate with me, like even artists like that, like old school artists. I think I posted Bob Marley, D'Angelo, Marvin Gaye, who else female wise? Diana, did I post Diana Ross? Some alive, some not, mostly recently passed away. I posted I'll Be Sure only because of what he had gone through, and the fact that he had endured so much. Love you too. You okay. All right. So I'm gonna post some more stuff like that. I don't know um why the church is the way that it is, the church that we see it, and how they're getting away with it. I don't know. I think what it is that God has warned the church. Because I think the Bible talks about the Lord is coming for the church first. So if they've been warned and they're still dabbling in witchcraft and doing all kinds of stuff, people that I know who are full-fledged witches, black witches, who have no kindness in them. They have the sweetest words to say. It's almost like the Black Widow spider, like, come here. They have the sweetest things to say, and then when you get it, when they get involved in your church, they just flip the script, and then the church just falls apart, and the pastor's probably wondering what happened. We have to have discernment. We have to be vigilant. And that's what the Lord has shown me. Being vigilant, being vigilant, being vigilant. And just know your surroundings. You can love people, but not allow them into a certain space, into your life, into your business. Your body's your temple, so you have to be, just know that spirits are transferable. So if you know people who are into witchcraft, to be careful of how you interact with them. Touching them, being a part of their life, it could mess you up and mess up your people around your life too. Anyway, I love you guys. Until next time, be blessed. Remember, you're made marvelous. You're a special generation created for this time. You're not a mistake. All right. Until next time, guys, be blessed. Hopefully, not tonight. I don't think tonight. We'll see if something comes up that's pressing, but for definitely for sure tomorrow. Okay, guys, love you. Bye.